All right, lesson 6 of unit 6. Suppose that the angle theta in radians is in quadrant 4 of the unit circle. If cosine of theta equals 0.28, what are the values of sine theta and tan theta? So I'm going to do this one over here. So again, let me draw a diagram. I'm going to go ahead and draw a diagram. So I know if I draw a unit circle, quadrant 4 is right here. So my angle is going to be somewhere in that bottom right quadrant. That is where my angle is. And telling me that cosine of theta is equal to 0.28. Okay, what they're really telling me is that x is equal to 0.28. So that would be, if I make the triangle, that would mean that this right here is 0.28. And I already know that the radius or the hypotenuse is 1. So to figure out y, I'm going to use this right here. And notice again, y in this case is negative because I have to move down. So to figure out sine, I have to figure out the y value, okay? So to do that, if we go back to our lesson notes, I'm going to use this Pythagorean identity here. The fact that the equation of the unit circle is x squared plus y squared equals 1. So I'm going to use that right here. So x squared plus y squared equals 1, okay? And I know that x squared is 0.28. So 0.28 squared plus y squared equals 1. All right, so let me get a calculator here. So 0.28 squared is 0.0784 plus y squared equals 1. So I'm going to subtract 0.0784 from both sides, and I end up with y squared equals 0.9216. So to finish it off, all I'm going to do is I am going to take the square root of that side, but like I said, because it's in quadrant 4, because I have to move down from center to get to that point on the circle, I'm going to take the negative. So the square root, in this case, square root of 0.9216 is 0.96. So y is going to be equal to negative 0.96. Okay? So to answer the first part of the question, what is the value of sine theta? The value of sine theta is equal to negative 0.96. Okay. To figure out the value of tangent of theta, if we go back to the lesson notes, kind of going along with this is the idea that tangent is actually equal to sine divided by cosine. I know you learned in the past that tangent is also opposite over adjacent, and that is still true. But in this sense, tangent is also equal to sine over cosine. So to find the value of tangent, I have to take sine and divide it by cosine. So in this case, sine is negative 0.96, and cosine is equal to 0.28. So I'm going to go on a calculator, and I'm going to divide negative 0.96 divided by 0.28, and I get approximately negative 3.43. So the value of tangent of theta is equal to negative 3.43. So that answers this first question right here. Okay. Andre uses the Pythagorean identity and determines that the value of sine theta is negative 0.96. Using the values of sine and cosine, he then calculates the value of tangent. Do you agree with Andre? In other words, did Andre do this correctly? Well, we have done the work and we got negative 3.43. So the answer in this case is definitively yes. Okay, we do agree with Andre. Why do we agree with Andre? Because we actually did the work ourselves and we figured out that the value of sine was negative 0.96 and the value of tangent was negative 3.43. So that is it for the examples, and that is it for this lesson.